What's up, millionaires? It's your Millionaire E coming at you with a TV show episode review. Now, the TV show we're going to be talking about is the anime One Piece episodes 1071 and 1072. Now, before we get started, spoiler alert for anyone who's not seen the video yet, don't want to spoil it for you. And also, before we get started, check out these new shirts I got. So, I went to Hot Topic and I bought some shirts. And the first one, y'all know if y'all didn't see my video, I told y'all about how I love the Spider-Verse movie. So, Across the Spider-Verse. So I decided to get me this really, really cool Spider-Man shirt. You'll see that. And then it's got all the like Spider-Man different ones, which is really cool. And then the next shirt that I got, which of course, since we're talking about One Piece, I got me a One Piece shirt, as you can see. Y'all see that right there? It's Monkey D. Luffy, Straw Hat Gang. So yeah. So also, if y'all must know, I am a One Piece fan. If y'all didn't see some of my videos, and I've got things like, I've got the pop. I got like 2 pops. Here, this is like Luffy Gear 4, Bounce Man. I've got the regular one as well here. And then I also, I read the mangas much. See those right there? Now, the only thing is that I am not as far as I am in I'm not at 1070, like 1070, basically. So I was like, I just want to see these episodes because I heard that there's like, oh man, everybody's getting excited for this new episode and also Luffy's new form. And just a little bit on that is, if y'all don't know, of course, One Piece is about a show where you have a boy, it's an anime, a boy named Luffy. He eats this fruit and he also wants to be the king of the pirates. And he eats this fruit and he gets powers from it. He basically gets rubber powers, which can make him, stretch his arms out, do a whole different other things that he can do. Now, of course, as you get into the series, it's a lot of episodes, but as you get into the series, he starts getting things kind of like called gears almost. So Gear 1, and I'll give you some, but we're basically going to be talking about Gear 4 and Gear 5 because Gear 5 is the new one. So basically, Gear 4 is kind of like the base version of him fighting, while Gear 2 is where it makes him a little bit faster in how he fights. Gear 3 is where he can basically expand like parts of his body, almost like his arms, make his arms a little bit bigger, or his legs. Now, Gear 4 is where he can transform into, I believe, 3 forms, which are Snake Man, Tank Man, and Bounce Man. As you can see, this is one of the ones, Bounce Man. And basically, we're getting into Gear 5. Now, before I even was watching One Piece, I love to, watch anime fighting. And that's one of the ones that I saw. So I did see Bounce Man was kind of my favorite because it was the coolest one that I thought. Now, getting into Gear 5, which is known as, I believe, it's either Nika, the Sun God, or Joy Boy. Gear 5, Luffy is fighting Kaito. And Kaito is like this big dragon dude. He turned into a dragon, basically. Now, Luffy has gotten his butt whooped a couple of times. Therefore, now his Gear 5 is awakened. In Gear 5, watching this episode, I was like, what the heck? And I'm not saying like, what the heck is bad. I'm like, what the heck is... This is so cool and so funny. And the reason why I say that is because Gear 5, his form Gear 5, I would basically call it Luffy Tunes. Almost like Looney Tunes, but Luffy Tunes. And the reason why I say that is because in this episode, first of all, as he's fighting Kaido, they had like literally put Looney Tunes or like cartoon sound effects in here. Like, the thwomp or the fwing or all of those types of sound effects in there as he's fighting Kaido. Then also Luffy fighting Kaido basically does the wind up punch, also does the right back at you where, basically one character shoots something at the other character and they basically throw it back, rebound, and throw it back at the character, and then the character ends up all like sooty and stuff, or like they exploded almost. In this form, it's, first of all, Luffy is laughing the whole time. Like, I didn't even tell you what the form looks like. It's basically Luffy, regular like base Luffy. His hat is off, but his hair, his clothes are like white, basically. And then he's got this big old grin on his face. And then also his eyes are red. He's got this big old grin on his face. And Luffy basically, this form has like the Toon Force. Basically, he can control all of the environment around him, making it rubber, doing anything with it. Because that's what he did with the right back at you. He pulls a piece of the ground up and then shoots it back at Kaido, basically. Because Kaido had shot like something at Luffy. And Luffy's like, nope, we ain't gonna have that. And like I said, again with the sound effects, it's all cartoon sound effects. And then, this is the first episode. We get to the second episode. And this is where I'm watching this episode and I'm like, Luffy is literally disrespecting Kaido in this fight. And the reason why I say this is because Kaido's like, what the heck? Because Kaido is basically just like, what? First of all, I thought you were dead. Second of all, what the heck? And then Kaido makes a funny reference. He's like, is this a comic? Because the fight is so wacky. Because what Luffy does next is, Kaido eats Luffy. Luffy messes Kaido up and then proceeds to stretch his arms out and he sees two lights. He's in Kaido's stomach and he sees two lights. So Luffy stretches his arms, pulls his arms out of Kaido's eyes, pulls Kaido's mouth back, and he's in dragon form, of course, and then shoots himself out of Kaido's mouth. Now, you gotta think, if that ain't Looney Tunes, I don't know what is. And then after that, I'm not going to tell you everything, but after that, goes into the clouds, turns into a giant, grabs Kaido, and proceeds to almost jump rope with the man. So he grabs him by his snout and then grabs him by his tail. I believe it's either his snout or his horns. And then proceeds to almost go and jump rope. And then there's a whole bunch of other things that are really, really funny that he does. Like even one more thing I'll tell y'all is he basically spins his legs around. And it's not like how Sonic does, but he spins his legs around. And I was like, oh my God, that's the Roadrunner run, basically. And does the Roadrunner run. And I was just like, I love One Piece. And I know I'm not even there yet, which of course I'm going to try to get up to where they are. If I can't, then it's fine because I love the series anyways. But I was just like, these whole episodes were hilarious. And then the thing is the fight is not over yet. They have like another episode or two, I don't know, of Luffy fighting Kaido. And then also I will have to say one thing that I was like, wow, is the animation style. Like even when there was a point where Luffy got down and then he came back up and the animation just changed. And then went back to the other animation. But I was just like, dang. So I'm like, the creators of One Piece, y'all doing your thing with this show. Because I'm like, this was amazing. And if y'all seen it, for anybody, those watching, if you're One Piece fans, I know y'all have seen it. Then tell me what y'all thought about it. And if y'all haven't seen this episode, y'all should check it out because it's hilarious. And remember, y'all, like the video, share it with your fam, and if you're subscribed, click that bell icon to be notified for more videos. Now, I'll see you on the next video, y'all. Bye, y'all. Have a blessed day, millionaires. I'll see y'all later. Bye.